Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. We are playing in the upper echelon of Croatian red wines today. And the reason we're doing this show actually is we are out in this beautiful mountain town of Cuvée, Croatia. We're at my friend Vedran's house. We're about ready to get a barbecue, and Shireen was sick of having the white wine, she said, so she was convinced everybody to open up some red wines because she was thirsty for some reds, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna take this opportunity, since we're opening them, we're sharing them with friends, to actually rate them, show them off to you. So the first thing is this Matuško Dingac Reserva Barrique from 2009. This is from the Plavac Peninsula, the home of the best, supposedly, in Croatia, Plavac Mali. I did talk about this on a previous video. Now, Matuško is one of the more successful wineries on the peninsula. Plavac Mali it translates to Little Blue. We did a couple of videos on it. It's a wine that, even though it's not a big, heavy body, but there's a lot of acid, a lot of fruit, a lot of alcohol in it. Makes them raw. The wines can be raw and rustic, to modern, to old and traditional, all over the place. This one I rated on my Vivino already, and I found it to be more for an international palate. But this is the fun. Let's taste it again and see what we get out of this bottle, because wine changes from bottle to bottle. We went and visited this place. It was awesome. They produce... Do you remember how many bottles they produce, Shireen? In a couple hundreds of thousands. I knew that for sure. I don't know the exact number. They produce several different versions. Once again, Dingac is not the grape, it is the vineyard that Plavac Mali grows on. I got to see how high. 15.2% alcohol. So this is a pretty high alcoholic wine. Now, it was so funny. On Plavac, we were at a show in Dubrovnik for wine. And a lot of the producers on Plavac are small, humble, family-run operations. The Matuško, obviously, is very successful. The owner was there. He was in a gold Rolex, a suit. He definitely stood out. I think when we pulled into the parking lot a couple times at Matuško at the actual winery, was there a Maserati there, Shireen?
Yeah,
there was a Maserati there. So, hey, all the power to them. I'm not hating at all. I'm actually a little jealous. So first of all, we get some nice color. I don't know if Shireen can pick that up. It's kind of like a garnet color. Has some browning on the edges. Let's give this a smell. No, it's a little shyer than I remember. A little closer, but yeah, I think this is just opened. We're not doing these wines justice. They need a little bit more air. I get some cherry, some tar, leather, a little twig. It's not a lot of cherry cola like Shireen and I are used to getting from most Plavac Mali. This one is a little bit more international. A little bit of dirt. The nose is a little closed off, Shireen, actually. A little more.
I remember there was plum, all of the berries.
Plum, dark berry.
Mocha chocolate. Is there?
Not so much mocha. The nose is pretty closed off. Let's give this a taste, though. For first sensation, a ton of mocha, a lot of chocolate, blue fruit, red fruit, dark fruit, some dirt, a little bit of caramel, vanilla, but the minerality, it was what's really, really, really nice. I'm so excited for my friend Vedran to try this. He's from Zagreb. He loves Plavac Mali, but he loves the real simple Plavac Mali. This is on the upper echelon. I think in the cellar, we're looking at this being about 22 euros in the cellar. So it's not a cheap wine by any stretch. Beautiful minerality, nice long finish. I think I had this as a 4.5, 4.6 on Vivino, and I still have it there. You want to taste this, or do you think you can while the camera?
We bought this wine to age.
Yeah, we did.
So
I think this wine can age 2009. It's still okay now, though. Now that we're drinking this bottle, maybe we'll have to pick up another one just to make up, if we can find one. Good wine. It has some Vranec-esque characteristics in it. What I mean by that, there's some chocolate and some chocolate milk characteristics. You remember that, Shireen?
I remember exactly.
Okay, so Nice wine, nice wine. Let's move on. This wine I'm super excited about. I did not visit this winery, but I asked my friend Vedran to pick this up in Zagreb at a wine shop because I couldn't stop and get it. This is the Boškinac, just Boškinac 2012. This is a cuvee of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. And Shireen has really influenced me in terms of branding and labels. I used to dig the French labels, old traditional. I'm really starting to dig these minimalist labels, especially in black. You like this one a lot, don't you? This winery is famous because in Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations Coastal Croatia episode, I think it was season 8, episode 1, if I remember, he goes and visits this winery, eats a delicious meal there. It's on the island of Pag, famous for their cheeses. And one of the hosts said this is considered to be Croatia's top red wine. So, I mean, that's a big claim in a country where they really pride themselves on big Mediterranean-style wines. Let's give this a little bit of a taste. I have had some other Bordeaux blends from Dalmatia, and they have this they taste different. The body's a little bit thinner. They're a little more fruit. They're not as dirty as Bordeaux, and they get Mediterranean climate, so you can expect to have this exact same soil characteristics of a Bordeaux. Now this bad boy, I'm going to show you. You can't see. Sorry, has kind of a plum. I'm going to say plum purple color. It has some clarity on the rings. Obviously, it's 2012. It's 4 years old. So let's give this a smell. I'm pretty excited about this. It's also hard to smell the wine here because we have a fireplace going on here. We're roasting meats downstairs. All those smells are getting into my nose. If you know me, you've been watching these videos, I love sour cherry. And I'm getting a ton of sour cherry on this nose. A little sour cherry, a little bit of blackberry, a little bit of dirt. Some Cabernet Sauvignon characteristics like the green pepperis. But it's so weird, Shireen, so I'm trying to describe this to you too. It's not a typical Bordeaux smell. It smells more like a Mediterranean, like a southern France type of wine. I don't smell a lot of the wood. This wine's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. I think we're looking at, in the shop here, I think Vedran paid about 35 euros, so we're talking about 37 US dollars. Not a cheap wine by any stretch of the imagination. Let's give this a taste. We also had a Bordeaux blend from the Bibic Winery, Skradin in Central Dalmatia. You remember the taste, Shireen? It wasn't Bordeaux-esque. It was even though the body was a little heavier, it was more fruit driven, wouldn't you say? This is very fruit driven. A lot of red fruit, really good fruit. I get a slight bit of eucalyptus, a slight bit of pencil lead. It kind of reminds me of the Bordeaux blend, Shireen, we had from Pemberton, Western Australia. It was good, complex, but a little bit more fruit driven. I'm digging the acidity. There's nice minerality on it. Best red wine in Croatia, I don't know if I would go that far. As this is showing, we have to let this air. As this is showing for me now, it's definitely in the 4.3 range. It's a very, very, very good wine. Yes, Shireen, I'm going to give you want me to give it to you right now? Let me see here.
I'm surprised.
Okay. I don't know. Croatia's top red wine. I don't know about that. Pretty good. Look, before I sign off, let me see what you think of it. What do you think of it so far?
Very fruit.
Go ahead and taste it.
Go
Go ahead and taste it. Yeah.
Silky body, very silky.
Yeah, the tannins are extremely silky. Really nice wine. I'm disappointed that I won't be able to go there. Next time they have a hotel, a winery, a restaurant. We are going to go there next time we hit Croatia, or next time we come back to this part of Croatia. We are heading to Istria next. So we'll be tasting all out of the Malvasia there. They make some Toran, which is the cousin of Refrosco. We also have another video coming up on a very unknown white grape very close to here that we just stumbled upon by chance. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. Check out the wines in my Vivino account, and I will see you at the next episode.
Dinner time.